What's up? What's up?
Fun Day
What's up?
Monday. But you know
Fun
what Fun Day Monday this is? Fun Day Monday number 40. 40.
Crazy?
It's backwards. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
That
I
was
can't.
fun.
I don't. Yeah, it's weird. Is it this way?
Yeah, you got it there. 40. That was supposed to go a lot smoother than it did, but we got through it.
Yeah. You'd think we'd have shit figured out after 40 episodes.
Jacob
right?
McGee knows we ain't got shit figured out.
What's up? What's up? Jacked up weather works. Good to see you, Miss Miranda. Happy Monday. Monday, fun day.
It was a beautiful Monday. The weather here in Indiana was superior today. Like 71, a little bit of a breeze. Loving it. Sun's out.
Hell yeah. Well, I can attest that here if you notice my background's a little bit different. Yeah. I'm here in Oklahoma, and the weather was equally beautiful as well. Almost 80 degrees and a little breeze. So, yeah, check local listings. But yeah, what a nice change from the last Monday when we weren't able to have a show. But holy smokes, beautiful weather outside. Good stuff.
Yes, it has been. Can't speak for Oklahoma, but I know it's been nice around here.
Yeah, it's good. It was gorgeous yesterday afternoon and evening, and today. So yeah, I'm not complaining. But yeah, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a week or something.
It's been a minute. Man. It's been a minute. Yeah. What's been going on? What you been up to? What you been into?
Man, just a little bit of everything. We've had the last 2 weekends at home. We haven't been on the road, so that's been kind of fun. Getting some stuff caught up before the winter, get all the water hoses picked up and rolled up, put away. And
yeah, we stay pretty. It's nice to have a down weekend or two to be able to work through the chores you got to get done. I get it. Yeah.
Got to go to one of them fancy art shows this Friday. One of our friends from high school, and we've both knew me and Miss Meg for a lot of years. Had her first exhibition in Bloomington, Indiana this weekend.
Nice.
It was just a great time. I learned once again. Every time I do this, I learn. Obviously not enough, but I can't stay out till midnight, 1:30 anymore and function the next day. I was hurt, dude. Getting old or something.
Put it to you. What's up, Chicken Wing? Good to see you, brother, man. And by the way, Chicken Wing, keep that stash growing, man. To hell with the beards. Just keep that stash growing. You look so sexy with that mustache. I love it.
Oh!
What's up, Yukon? Good to see you, brother.
Yukon in the building.
Yes, sir.
No, that wasn't too bad. We've done that art show, and then Saturday, honestly, we loafed around and cleaned up around the house. And then Sunday, my dad, me, went. We're gonna go out. We done a little gun shopping, and Meg's mom called her, and they went down to the winery and had lunch, and so we got to spend a little family's time. And
nice.
It's a pretty good time, man.
Nice.
I would ask you what you've been up to, but you're like, where in the world is Stash San Diego instead of Carmen San Diego?
No doubt, man.
Every day I text you, you're somewhere new.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks, man. Yeah, just work stuff. I was in Kentucky 3 weeks ago. Was in Arkansas last week, and I'm in Oklahoma this week, man. It's been it's just like a bunch of stuff for work hit at the same time, and so I don't know. Hell, I had to leave on Sunday, and Saturday I was cooking dinner for the kiddos, and I'm like, hey, just don't forget, I'm leaving tomorrow. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, pretty sure I mentioned it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But they're both like, okay, well, okay, bye.
Your DoorDash bill is going to be through the roof.
Oh, let's not even talk about that. Yeah, last night, I think I went to the store. I got in Friday. I went to the store Friday. I went to the store Saturday. And I don't know, my daughter was like, last night we were texting. I'm like, what you going to do for dinner? She's like, well, there's nothing to cook at the house. I'm like, kid, I could like, what was it like that TV show Chopped? Like where you go, like 10 ingredients, you got to figure out something to make for dinner. I mean, I could cook for a week in what's in the house, but apparently, yeah. But yeah, I'm not even looking forward to it.
Hey, check this out.
Hey, congratulations, Miranda! 6th place in the Bowen tournament. Nice work, girl.
That is awesome.
Way to be. So yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, man. Just busy AF on the road. So yeah, missing my normal background and trying to figure out how to be on a show with my iPad, and it's a challenge. Big thanks to Mr. Tech for some technical support prior to the show to help me log in. So love that dude. What's up, Sweet Pea? So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it's been a crazy couple weeks, but you know what? I'm ready to get this week over and get back on. So yeah.
Hey, look, Stash, we got a viewer question. We don't get that often.
Do you use product on the daily stash? Well, you know what? That's a good question, Mr. Jeff Harris, newly just stashed individual.
He's a
I've
Stash
recently,
newbie.
yeah, I've recently actually started using some oils. We had Hemp Wizard on, Mike Weisman. Well, it's been a month or so, right? Supporting. Let's not even go down that path, but nonetheless, talk about oils. I've been actually adding oils, and I've noticed a difference. I've noticed the difference. Um, yeah, so I recommend beard oils for your mustache. Rub it in, a little round roller brush, sometimes a little balm to help keep flyaways in check. But yeah, keeps it pretty conditioned, man. That's my advice, and I'm sure as hell not a professional. So
Someday when I grow up, I'll grow a bigger mustache. But
I will say that I'm not a big wax fan, man. I've done it a couple times where I did my first wax styled for
something like
Big Whisker. What, maybe a month ago? Almost. Has it been a month? Holy shit!
1st of October. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a big wax kind of person, just because I don't know. I can't handle that brick on my lip, but yeah, just a little oil, maybe a little balm. There you go. Chicken wing, you're on it, man. We could be twinsies. I swear.
Already got the same beauty routine.
I'm telling you, we need to get it like a sticker, just like chicken wing and I.
Chicken Stash. The Chicken Stash.
Chicken stash. What the what?
Man, I feel an image coming on.
Yeah, chicken stash. That could be a thing.
Could be.
No, but other than that, man, been doing good. Just work, traveling, trying to, you know what I mean, do 100 things at once. It is what it is. But I'm glad that we were able to figure out how to get a show on tonight and not have to skip another episode. And I think we got a pretty cool gentleman on this evening. Talk about some good stuff. He's doing
Yes,
some good shit.
most definitely doing some good shit out there, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what else happened this weekend?
Yeah, there was some cool stuff. Hopefully one day I'll be old enough to be able to make it to nationals. But there was some pretty cool stuff happened this past weekend. Congrats, huge congrats. Got a lot of friends, and I would almost say family that brought home some hardware from nationals this weekend. And, you know, way too many to try to recognize in our show here. But yeah, congrats. Stash and bald chicken sounds like it does sound like a detective show. Yep.
Okay, this one's questionable, but we can make it happen.
Oh, well, that'd be weird, man. That'd be weird.
Weirder things have happened to stranger people.
It may be worth a shot. I don't know. we know people that aren't scared to, yeah.
Yeah, don't threaten us with a graphic. I got two fellas on standby that'd love to make that joke.
Oh, I'm telling it. But no, nationals this weekend down in Daytona. Yeah, I honestly, I literally have not been on Facebook. It seems like for like a week. I was trying to check some stuff earlier today and saw so many people posting. Just congrats, just huge congrats. It looked like there was some Guinness Book of World Records that were attempted and broken. Four total.
I believe it was 4. I believe full beard chain, a mustache chain, a partial beard chain, and a craft beard chain. That's pretty fucking awesome.
That's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, no doubt about it. Right there.
Might talk a little bit more about that with our guest here in a minute. We might have a video clip or something we can play.
No, for sure. But I tell you what cracked me up the most is this morning I had a break in some of the action, and I saw that Cynthia Orton had tagged me in a picture of her and Andrew Orton's daughter Annabelle. Who, if you don't know Annabelle, look out! I'm telling you what, this young lady is just amazing. But she posted this, and it cracked me up. It said channeling you at nationals. Look at the realistic mustache on this young lady.
Isn't that amazing?
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I was like, channeling me. No, that's like channeling Bob and his mustache called Elliot is what I was thinking is when I first saw it. But I'm honored.
Elliot Norris.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I was honored that you think so, but I'm like, man, I could think of a couple other cats that got some wicked ass mustaches compared to mine. But anyway, I saw that, and I tell you what, I was grinning from ear to ear. That was, and
That was super cool.
I believe Annabelle took first place for realistic, which is
Mustache.
Yeah, realistic mustache. Correct. Yeah. No, just super badass. Congratulations, young lady.
Did you see Cindy's creative? Holy crap!
The tiki bar. What?
I just wanted to pull up a seat. You know.
I'm telling you. No, it's just unbelievable.
So many talented ladies. I've seen pictures. There was so much cool stuff. It just amazes me. Amazes me. Miss Meg's downstairs working on a beard right now. I don't have that dedication. I brushed mine this morning. I'm done.
I put some oil in mine and I keep twisting it all day long. That's what I do. Yeah. So no, it's pretty impressive. It just yeah. I don't even know where to begin on the level of creativity these ladies put in. It floors me. Not probably. My favorite category outside the kids. I love the kids category. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. When there's a kids category, they take the cake. But the women normally, when there's no children, is just that's what I'm there to see.
Creative and realistic categories for the ladies is I don't know, way more enjoying for me. So I love it. And congratulations to all the winners, both female and men, for the holding that national title. Man, that's cool shit.
I watched the full beard section, and I was just some of those beards, man. I mean, I don't rock the full beard anymore, but I did for a long time, and I'm just envious. These guys, their beard sticks out past their nose, like vertically. That much, that fluff and that volume, I just can't get it.
No doubt, man.
I cheated and went partial.
There you go. Hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Which I ain't gonna lie, I do dig the chops, bro.
Yeah. No, I actually do like them, dude. I think that they're gonna stay for quite some time.
Yeah.
As long as Storm will keep giving me my weekly shave, I'm good. If I have to shave myself,
not
a fan.
I can see you like doing this. You just like being able to pull apart, stretch it, play with it, do the
My favorite though is when I'm walking into the wind and it's blowing back. I feel like a superhero.
Hell yeah.
I'm nuts, man.
I love that, man. Right on.
Yeah. Beard Mob North Texas came back with a first and second national place titles.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Way to be,
Texas. McGee showing some love for the Chop Squad.
That's right. Old McGee shaved some stuff off in support of the Shave for Prostate and the Wind Chop. So, yeah, good on you, brother.
So we were sitting around with some friends. So we had a Halloween party last Saturday. And I don't know how it came up or where it came up, but Megan says, I like it when his chin hangs out. She's like, that's going to be a sticker or a patch for sure.
I like it when his chin hangs out. Okay, right on.
Oh, man, we were rolling. Like, everybody just thought it was the funniest thing. Timing, execution was perfect. Yep. It just rolled off her tongue. Well, it was hilarious.
You look good with your chin hanging out, man.
I got it just all hanging out.
Yes, chicken wing. Your chin is definitely hanging out. The whole chin and throat, every bit of it. It's out there for all to see.
You got a bald chicken. Bald chicken.
Love it. Keep rocking that stash, chicken wing.
We got an exciting weekend ahead of us. I don't want to spoil anything, but we might be making the journey. Me and Miss Meg, and I think Storm and Big Stinky headed up to Detroit for Circus of Whiskers.
There you go. Nice.
I'm excited. It'll be my first year going.
Up in Detroit. No, I won't say the rest just because I'm in a hotel. I can't yell it, but you know what I mean.
Fuck you.
There you go. What he said. No, Circus of Whiskers, man. I've, my relatively short time in the community for a year. I know last year wasn't able to make it. This year, I'm not going to be able to make it, but hopefully next year, by God, I'm going to. It's definitely a bucket list comp for me to be able to go up. It sounds like such an outstanding time. It's definitely not a kid friendly venue, but it definitely sounds like some good times.
We're gonna have a blast, man. I wish you could be with us, but there's always next year. I mean, this is the 8th one, so they're not gonna stop at 8.
How can you stop at 8? I mean, you got to at least get 10, right? So
this is my first year too. First year going, so.
Oh, is it really?
I have been super envious of the past years when everybody drops their photos. I'm like, damn it, why wasn't I there?
Yes.
I'm gonna be there this time. And then you can do the same thing next year. You can be like, damn it, why wasn't I there?
Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing, but hopefully next year I'll be able to make it up there. Shit's been crazy. So
you've traveled enough, and plus you might as well just camp in Oklahoma because I think we're going back to Oklahoma in December.
Well, I may or may not have just saw a post from Riley Griffin for I don't know, a judge announcement.
That means.
Who's going to be the newest judge? They just announced down at the Core 4 comp going on.
Yeah, that was just announced about 5 minutes before the show went live. So funny story. I keep a bio when I get tasked to judge online or whatever. I keep a bio and I just change a few things here or there. But at the end, I'm like, it's always going to be a pleasure to judge you at, and then I just put ... ellipsis, as Stash would say.
Yes.
And I just normally type in the name of the and I didn't. So when I seen the judge announcement top up, I was like, oh man, I sent the funny goof.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to replace the ellipses with, insert
the actual event.
No, for sure. No, that sounds like it's going to be a good opportunity. Actually, about 90 minutes from where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, bub.
Yeah, right on. But I'm not staying here till then. Just saying. Yeah.
No, you got to come home. We got to have a meeting between then and there.
Yeah. I got so much stuff to do. My honey-do list, and those who know, it's just me putting that shit on the list. I got a lot of stuff to get done at the house. I was literally home for one day this week. I had like 2 nights, 1 day at home. That's what it felt like. So anyway.
Well, Stash, you want to roll this intro and bring this amazing guest in tonight? I think we got a lot to talk about.
That sounds good, man. Let's do it. Let's pop this intro and get Mr. Tyler on there. Let's do it.
Everybody's dancing it up backstage to the intro. I was loving it, man.
I love it. I'm not the only cornball that's like enjoying the little whatever jammage that
white boy bump. Lord.
It's good stuff, man.
So what do you say? What do you say we get into our guest, man? Let's bring in Mr. Brian Tyler to the main stage.
Let's do it.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Glad
Brian?
to be here. I was right there bouncing along too. Had a little going on.
Oh,
had it. I couldn't see y'all, but I know I was into the music.
No, I love it. Yeah.
Let me adjust this back a little bit. That might help. There we go. That's a good angle.
I was watching the images, and I'm like bobbing my head. Red's back there doing this, and you're like, yeah, no, I love it, man. I love
We
it.
were vibing. We were vibing for sure.
Good shit.
So what's up, guys? Brian Tyler, known in some circles as Guides, was very, very thankful to be gifted that Z by the Carrie Wiz Sherlock, RIP, Mad Viking OG Vice President. So representing Mad Viking Beard and Mustache as the International Vice President and the President and founder of Mad Viking Maryland, Delaware chapter. So glad to be on.
Glad to have you on, man. And thank you again for taking time out of your Monday. I know you were just getting back from nationals and the flight, and you had to go right back into work this morning. And
So
I won't get into that, but you know what you do takes some definite focus and tiring. So do appreciate you taking an hour to come in and speak with us tonight, man. Appreciate it.
I know we'll talk about nationals later, but you already touched on Annabelle Orton. Quick story, got to talk to everybody, the whole family. And Annabelle, not only won realistic, she crafted that beard out of her own hair. She had actually cut her hair. She went from long to it's up a little shorter now, but she utilized her own hair to build that mustache. There's a little inside story.
Did not know that. Wow, that is awesome.
That's crazy. I tell you what, there's a lot of talent. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of talent across the whole bearding community, but just in the Orton family orbit. but the
coolest thing. So if you look at her mustache, the way it circles, take a look at how she did her eyebrow, the eye pencil. Like the little connection that she made there with the loops was the first thing. I was like, dude, that is some thinking. It wasn't just the creativity of the stash itself, that she took in her loops with the I don't know, eye pencil. Was really pretty cool.
Yeah, it is neat how they always tie everything together.
Yeah, that's impressive as hell.
The ladies are the star of the show. Y'all freestyles, freestyle from partials all the way through. Some pretty amazing creativity. I just work with what I got because, man, I don't have the patience to do, partial freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle, man, mad respect for freestyle too, because I've tried it 3 times now, and it's hard. I mean, it's hard to get, to keep the flyaways away, and these guys out here killing it, like Paul Kennedy and those guys, they're just so clean. It's like, man, I just can't even imagine. It's a craft. It's a literal.
It is, and it's a unique attention to detail that. Look, I mean, you're talking about, we'll get into, the world of kids on the autism spectrum. I've certainly become more of who I teach in my teaching career. The more I'm around kids on the spectrum, the more things that I start to notice, because, man, I'm learning from them to notice, like, the everything of the world. The way the water comes out of the water faucet is, like, one of the most amazing things to me now. And I've learned to look at that because of watching another kid, just watching how water flows. I've become who I teach.
Learning from your environment.
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think the best teachers learn as much from their students as they do trying to impart knowledge and wisdom upon their students, right?
Absolutely.
That.
So a little background, 22 years now in education. Started teaching. I was doing student teaching. 2001, there was a sudden major incident, September of 2001. That was my first year of student teaching. I was in that first grade class that Alan Jackson talks about as a 21-year-old, very, very young, naive teacher, in an elementary school classroom. And I'm in Maryland. My mother was working at the Naval Academy right here at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I don't know if you know the area geographically, but, man, we are really close to D.C. So there was an amazing level of, like, holy shnikes panic that just sets in life. So, 22 years now in education, was unbelievably fortunate after 16 years to have an ABA, Applied Behavioral Analysis Therapy Center, that wanted to open up a school. So ABA is a therapy that's very traditionally used for kids on the autism spectrum. And they wanted to open up a school. So I, worked with the process through the state of Maryland, Maryland Department of Education, and created eventually a kindergarten through third grade private school associated with the ABA Therapy Center for kids with all different, unique learning styles. But man, we were so far outside of the box that, we were built for whatever student came to us. We changed our focus. We changed our direction. We learned to teach to that student. And man, it made me such a better teacher. It made me a better human. It made me a better dad. Moving into that level, it's where the Bearding for Autism Awareness came from. Some folks have seen that patch around. I've got a bunch of the Beard Mob. You guys are always so firmly connected.
Proudly wear it.
Yeah, absolutely. So went back to public education, now teaching at the high school in the PEALS classroom, the program for education, or emotional and academic learning support. So all my kiddos now at the high school level are coming in with a unique background, usually more behavioral and emotional as compared to academic. So I've got kiddos, in my life, I've had kiddos, try to, cause self-harm during the school day, right there in my classroom. And I'm one teacher with 5 kids in any class period. I'm teaching 5 different kids, 5 different subjects at every point throughout the day. So
wow,
that's my education background.
Kudos for that.
The level of, first off, dedication, right? I think that's it stands out to me, but just the level of I kind of lost where my thought was headed, but the level of dedication and the involvement in each individual child, right? You're not a teacher that's talking to 23, 30 plus kids, right? They're each individuals who have a different learning style or a different way to receive information, whether it's, audio or visual or kinetic or whatever, right? There's a lot, I'd say from the spectrum, a lot of kinetic kind of touch and such that goes into that. But man, that's just impressive as hell. And we talk a lot about doing good shit, dude.
That's it.
Yeah, you're talking on the daily, dude. And we're not just on a side hustle. That is what you're doing on the normal basis. And so mad props, dude. Mad props. We support a lot of, autism awareness organizations and causes and such, but you're living and breathing on a daily basis. So yeah, man.
Much appreciated. It really is. It's nice to know that I'm really good at what at the career that was called for me. I to know that I'm doing this because I truly am actually meant to do this, and I'm really gosh darn good at it. And I know it. And it's really there's a level of being comfortable in knowing that you're really good at it, that you just get to excel.
Yeah, it's not a cockiness, right? It's not like a whatever. It's like I know my calling. I can feel my calling. I know where I'm supposed to be, and how do I take that and just elevate it and accelerate it, right? No, I appreciate that and can totally understand where you're coming from.
And you're blessed as well because you have found your calling, something you are good at and something you do enjoy, not only as a vocation, but a profession. And man, there's a lot of people who search for that until the day they hit the dirt.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Well, it's even more fun that it's at the same high school that my wife teaches at, and that she and I both graduated from back in 1997. We're teaching at the same high school that she and I both graduated from. I've known my wife since 5th grade, the same school that our oldest son is now currently in. Going back to where we are from, to come back and to reach and connect to kids that are not different than who we were, back in the 80s.
You're alumni and employee.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. Alumni. It certainly is. It's pretty awesome.
Full circle.
That's super cool. That is super cool. And that's like interwebs of connections right there, man. I mean, that's insane.
It certainly all drew us back. When we were going through school, there was only one high school in the whole county. Maryland's the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Maryland set up little. There's the coastal shore, the Chesapeake Bay there in the center, and then out to Western Maryland. So our little Eastern Shore, man, we're a little rural community. There are definitely more chickens on the shore than there are people because we're the home of Purdue and Mountain Air. Anybody who's sent and Tyson, everybody's from Maryland's Eastern Shore. So as things kind of grew, as folks came from DC Metro and Baltimore Metro, kind of took over, moving across the state of Maryland. But man, where I am now, in the same hometown that my wife grew up in, we just built a house in July. Kids going to the same schools that we went to. I'm coaching, our 9-year-old's little league football team. I'm Cub Master of the local Cub Scouts, just like I went through Cub Scouts. Here I've had all 3 of my kids, including my youngest, my daughter, going through Cub Scouts. Just anything we can do. If I want my kids to be involved in it, then I have to be involved in it to show my passion and show my interest. I'm not a drop-off parent, man. I'm in it.
I love that, man. I love that. And I think that probably is tied into your teaching aspect, right? It's like you're not just trying to spill some information, but you're actually engaged and sharing and living it and breathing it. So I love that. Love that.
You're trying to make it. Yeah. Trying to make an impact in the community that impacted you is what's really cool too. So your village per se. Now you're raising that village. I don't know. I just think that's a super cool concept.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I knew in 4th grade that I was going to go in the education field. I was in 3rd grade. My parents separated, and at that time, you could have a connectivity. Go over to teachers' houses. And Miss Hill was my 3rd grade teacher, and she was the first person that told me that her parents separated. Because when I was in 3rd grade, I didn't know anybody whose parents separated. So my teacher said that her parents separated, and we'd talk every, once a week. We'd stay after school and hang out, and I'd help out in her classroom. Well, by the time I got to 4th grade, that school was only kindergarten through 4th grade. Got to 4th grade, and the teacher, she let me go down to the kindergarten classroom, and I could help the kids with their word rings. Remember kids used to have all their little sight words on the word rings. So I could go, as a 4th grader, I could go down to kindergarten. I could be a rock star and help out those kindergarten kids. And that immediate connectivity, I knew at that point that I was going into education, and I was going into elementary because of the connection Miss Hill had with me, that I knew I had to be there to be, a young male being able to talk and connect with other boys in the elementary world. Right. Most of my teaching was kindergarten through 5th grade. And man, I knew that I was making a connection with those kids. I knew it was before all this. I've had this for 10 years. I've been teaching before the beard. That became the rock star after the fact. A persona I built, the mad Viking himself being on stage, live by the axe, die by the axe. And I love every minute of that. But man, I was on stage with those kiddos every day, making that connection and making them want to come to school because they didn't know what Mr. Tyler was going to do next, but they wanted to be there to find out. And if I could get a kid to want to come to school, man, I can teach you.
Because they were engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I made sure they were. If I had to crawl across desks, stand up and act a fool, I did it.
Man, you're making me wish I had you for a teacher growing up in classes. I can only imagine. So just curious, how do the kids take your facial hair situation? Do they dig it? Is it a conversation starter, or how's that?
So 2021 out in Snowbird, Utah, I won my first nationals, and I was so ecstatic. I had a little figurine made of me. Again, I do the whole Viking costume. Folks that are listening, might have seen me around. I had all that made. I've worn my kilt, some of my Viking stuff, chainmail and stuff to school. I have decorated up the beard for holiday time. the kids, truly, even at the high school, the number of kiddos, again, off topic, the number of high school kids now walking around with more beard than I had at 25, walking around in high school now, like I am dumbfounded, whatever they're drinking in their milk, because, man, they are putting on some facial hair. And someone come up to me and said, one day mine will be like yours. I said, dude, when I was your age, 16, 17, 18, I had this little like milk, like it might as well been like a John Waters, like this little drawn on pencil mustache. That's the best I could do. And man, I'm looking at these kiddos, and man, one day, and they're doing this. So, well, that's all well and good, but them rocking, the start of Chops aren't even connecting yet. But the start of Chops, man, I talk to them about Chop Squad all the time because they can just start growing what they got from there. Right. I talk about Chop Squad all the time because look, you're not going to make a connection yet. You can't connect a mustache yet. Don't worry about that yet. Grow what your face will let you grow.
Yeah, for sure. I love the John Waters reference, by the way. Just saying.
There we go. That was the 10th annual Monsters Ball. So right now, that is scheduled to be the last year that Monsters Ball is hosted.
That's what we heard.
It is. So Mad Viking is hosting Worlds in Pittsburgh 2025. That's July 4th weekend. I think it's a 3-day event right now. And those of us that are involved in the inner workings of Mad Viking, both Jason Seelan and Jason Hall and Scott Hanty, who was in the picture there with me as president, and myself as vice president. We're working on the stuff now, trying to get Worlds to be like it was back in 2017 out in Austin. There was 2,000 to 2,500 people there. So we're looking to do that again in Pittsburgh.
I have Pittsburgh on my calendar, and I don't plan to change it.
Well, write it in pen so you can't erase it out.
Permanent marker, baby. Chisel.
It's Worlds. I couldn't make it out to Germany. Our passports didn't come in time. So I really was anticipating Germany. I wasn't ready in 2017. I hadn't gone goatee yet. My beard, I was still full beard at 12 plus. And man, when you're competing in 12 plus with a full beard, with a narrow beard, man, I was getting blown out of the water. Loved being on stage with those guys, but I was blown out of the water until goatee chose me.
Full beard in any length is really tough, man, because there is just some amazing beards.
Yeah, no doubt. Talk about a difficult category to judge.
And really, the camaraderie in the goatee group. I know Chop Squad, you got your guys. Those skin lips have to hang around all together because whatever with Shenandoahs and Donegals and Whalers. They have their group, but man, for me, the connectivity I had within goatee with some of the other, notable, goatees out there, really felt welcomed in. And, I beat one of them in Utah. And then, so I didn't go out to Wyoming, and then he beat me just this past weekend. So we're 1-1 head to head. So I'm okay with that.
Going back and forth.
Yeah. There you go. Sometimes the category chooses you, right? I mean, it's interesting. We haven't known each other very long, but I've only been in the community for a little over a year, a couple months. You know what I mean? But it's interesting to see, just the dynamics that shake out. So no, I can appreciate what you're saying.
And there is kind of a sense of community within our certain beard styles.
For sure.
We're all family, but we got our little close cousins. Yeah,
we got all our little niche groups. Us partials kind of stick together, but then man, when we have a partial category that it's Chops and Whalers and goatees, man, comps have to split those guys out because that group can't hang out together.
Yep. No, I agree.
Although there's some fun comps, and I've been to some of the smaller ones that actually do like combo beards. So your Shenandoahs or your Whalers will work with somebody, like Stash, and typically, so Wallage and I on Chop Squad, Wallage has what I don't have. And so you put a chop and a goatee, and that's kind of a fun it's fun when you can try to put together the best looking beard in a combo. I really hope more comps start to bring that out there for like the fun category.
No, I agree. I can't remember. I think it was Talking Beards had the competition. They had it was my first time participating in, but yeah, the combo category. I think it's amazing. Not only to bring two opposites, or not two opposite, but two different categories together.
Complementary.
It's complementary of one another. Yeah, to create the best looking whatever, right? Full beard or what have you. So I agree. I love the combo category. That is a bonus.
It is kind of, it brings the fun into the categories. Then judges are looking at something together. You got to have somebody. You have to have a relationship with somebody that's outside of your group. Again, it's always going to be partials. It's going to be Mustache and a whaler category, either Shenandoah or Donegal or standard whaler. But you kind of have to have that connectivity, and I think that's really important to build within the bearding community. Now, obviously, your full beard guys, they can't go with another full beard guy. It has to be within partials. But I think it's a lot of fun.
It's not hate. It's
healthy ribbing of a brother.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I love whalers. I mean, I think we're it's the yin yang. You know what I mean? I got nothing but love for whalers.
They're the yin to your yang.
I'm not growing all this shit. Ain't nobody hating a mustache. You know what I'm saying? It's it's the trade-off.
Yeah, I think it's healthy ribbing within the brotherhood. That the whalers get a little heat, but they wouldn't want it any other way. All the skin lips.
No, I think you're exactly right. I think they thrive on it. And, every time I hear, nobody likes a whaler, I said, no, but I sure as hell love a bunch of them.
Yes.
Oh, they'll all tell you they're loved. They know they're not liked, but they'll all tell you they're loved.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's a good way to say it. That nobody likes a whaler, but we all love them, right?
That's what I hear. So in the goatee category, it's actually not, you don't need the mustache for a goatee. So it's take or leave it. So we're one of the really weird categories, especially in partial, that it's not built into the category.
I actually did not know that. See, I learned something tonight. There's my one fact.
Either.
Well, I think Chop Squad. I don't think Chop Squad has to have a mustache. You
dirty
can
chops and clean chops, or
Yeah,
chops and dirty chops.
No, yeah. Call that dirty and clean. Yeah.
Yep, friendly and dirty.
I didn't realize that either.
Yep.
I'll be damned. So, man, so why don't you tell us some of the cool shit that you're doing around the whole autism awareness piece?
So when I left public education and started working for what was then the McCardle Center for Early Autism Awareness, which then was later rebranded as the Sweet Bay Magnolia Academy, which then was rebranded as the Acacia's Farm Academy. Because, man, we brought in a full agricultural curriculum. We were raising bees. We had a farm with goats and cattle, and the kids were out there working, around the animals. And, man, it was such a unique animal because I had to learn, the agricultural part. But when I had the opportunity to go help and create the school, I needed something to help supplement because we were a private nonprofit school. The therapy agency that we were associated with kind of picked up our funding, but the school was, those that can pay what they can pay. So there were little things that, man, I need some dry erase markers. I need some whiteboards. I need some little stuff. The kids didn't have to bring pencils. They didn't have to bring anything other than their school lunch that day. And we had the educational system for them. So to help me kind of supplement my classroom a little bit, I started making, my patches, as you just showed, the original for some of us that had, there's that one. There's the original. Again, I try to support everybody who's out there doing their autism patches. So really just to bring in a little bit of extra to help me, take care of my classroom. And then, patches and stickers, and everybody loves that stuff. And it got to a point that I don't need that now. So I just kind of give them away. Anybody who says, hey, they're looking for a patch, or they got a new car and the sticker's not on their car anymore. or they're making a new comp shirt. And, now I'm at the point that it's not about raising funds. It was never set up as a 501c3. Although I'm interested in pursuing that.
Definitely.
Then it's really just now that I can hand that out at the judges table and can talk about it and get a chance now to talk about, what I was doing, working with kids on the autism spectrum. At this point, yeah, I know Jacob does. Jacob, he's an original for the Bearding for Autism Awareness. And actually, I'm looking now to bring out a third batch, just because I knew I was going to be talking about it again, and I need to have another set of patches. So I'm looking for somebody else to make patches, but I really want this one. I really want this one to have the glow in the dark thread. I just feel like it'll pop under black light, and so I'm kind of looking for something fun. So
yeah,
hell yeah,
write us down for those as soon as they hit the presses.
yeah. As soon as, and again, I was working with your guy, and they weren't real comfortable with the amount of colors, and didn't feel they could do it, as a woven or as an embroidery. They were okay doing a print, and I really don't want a printed patch. I'll keep working to try to find it in the high enough quality, and especially at a good price that I can get it out there. And really, I'm going to be giving them away. It's going to cover cost and shipping. I'm not trying to make money on them now because it's not going to my school anymore. So,
hey, I just had another suggestion. Hit up Jeffrey. He makes some awesome patches. We had him on.
I see that. I'm actually going to try to screenshot that right now.
I can send you his information later.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yep. Yeah, I'd love to get those made. Keep them in the same size. So they're noticed. Keep the same color scheme. That was actually the design on that was actually a contest that Mad Viking did. There were first, second, and third place. And there were a bunch of different, graphic designs created. And the kids and their parents actually got at our very first trunk or treat. Because, again, kids on the autism spectrum aren't great about going out and trick-or-treating and costumes and masks. So we did one at the school. And the kids and the parents got to put candy in the jars for each of the designs. So honestly, it was selected by the kids and parents of the Sweet Bay Magnolia Academy that picked the design, and there were some great ones that were out there that worked on this. But this was the one that was chosen by the family. So it's kind of a fun story on that. I'd actually kind of forgotten the entomology, the origin story of the patch. So
love that, man.
That is so cool that they got to vote on it.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I would agree with you. I think a printed patch, it doesn't do as much justice, man.
Yeah.
Embroidered that's I don't know, just that tactile nature. It feels like a patch, not just something that's, I agree.
Totally agree. So I have to ask, I see a lot of critter cages back there. What you got back there?
So when I was working for Sweet Bay, and when we moved over to the agricultural base, we had rabbits and we had guinea pigs and everything there in the classroom. And I started noticing how cool the kids were I'd had bearded dragons most of my teaching career. I moved out of guinea pigs because I had one student that had a pet dander allergy. So I was like, all right, well, what do I do? So I went to bearded dragons well before I had the beard. So now in the house, I've got 5 bearded dragons, 4 leopard geckos, 5 ball pythons, a red ear slider turtle, a gigantic 120-gallon tank that's almost exclusively goldfish now, because my classroom, we do aquaponics and hydroponics for culinary herbs. So we actually, I had the kids each year, they go through what aquaponics and hydroponics, and we grow culinary herbs. And at the end of the year, when we harvest, I'll bring my electric griddle in, and we'll cook up some chicken with culinary herbs we've grown in class. But every year I have to take the goldfish home. So I've got goldfish that are like little koi and all kind of other little guys in there, that we have from those. But as we were mentioning in the pre-talk, there is an amazing level of comfort that comes over all kids, especially my kiddos, with emotional and a little bit of baggage, and my kiddos on the autism spectrum, and that just they will just sit and relax. And I've got bean bags in my classroom, so they'll sit with with Penelope, who's my almost 32-year-old ball python, just sit in their hoodie or in the hood of their hoodie, either the pocket or the hood, and just sit with it and just relax. And there's just like a calming thing that just comes over these kids. And this is all kids. This isn't just kids on the spectrum, but that brings them, a moment of peace in a very chaotic world and a very chaotic brain. And it's really pretty phenomenal. What I've been able to bring in with my very strange service animals.
I've seen it firsthand as a snake keeper with the kids and the calmness, and just it almost focuses them. And the soothing of it, and I ran a reptile rescue for a lot of years. I think I ran it for about 8 years, and a lot of my rescued ball pythons did go to classroom pets for that same reason. So that's really cool.
Everybody I have is a rehome fail. Everybody was years of teaching. Kiddos in 5th grade, they get a bearded dragon, for Christmas, and they hang out with it until they're in high school and graduate. And then the parents are like, "What the heck?" So they all come back to Mr. Tyler. So the leopard geckos and the bearded dragon. I have never purchased a single anything aside from my first set of goldfish, for the first set of aquaponics. I've never purchased a single thing. Everything's been donated or, given back, or I'm on rescue lists for all 3 counties in my area for any exotic. I had a chance to get an axolotl, and I just didn't know or understand enough about them. And man, I'm kicking myself in the backside now that I wish I just took the moment to learn and take the axolotl. But man, I wasn't ready at that point because I didn't know what the heck they were.
That's called being a pet owner, everyone.
Man, I want one bad.
They are pretty awesome.
It is interesting though. I mean, so you're teaching the kids about these animals, and like they're going home, and the parents are like, "Well, we're going to get one. It'll help them." And then they're like, they're mobile, they're out of the house, and like, what are we going to do with this thing? Let's call the fucker that introduced us to these to begin with.
The guy that signed him up.
It happens a lot.
that is pretty super cool. And I will say that I love the thought around aquaponics and aquaculture and teaching that. I'm a big fan, so I absolutely dig that, man. That's outstanding. That's outstanding.
Well, and it's kids that, I'm doing, I bring out an electric griddle, I'm slicing up chicken, and letting them kind of, do some basic cooking, what kind of flavors do these things impart, because they may not know anything beyond salt and pepper and Old Bay, Old Bay in this area, may not know anything about those 3 basic seasonings. So, getting into oregano and thyme and rosemary, and these kiddos have no idea, and they're in high school.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love that you use the herbs with them so they see the fruit of their labor. Like, this is what we grew. This tastes amazing.
That's good stuff.
Full circle. It comes all the way back around.
Just straight up, just all around, man. You're doing good shit. And I tell you what, I couldn't be happier that you could be on for our 40th episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Props. Hats off, dude. Man, you're doing some amazing stuff, brother. And it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. And unbelievable.
Well, that's appreciated. Hopefully, y'all get a chance to share up about everything that was at Nationals. You talked about the Guinness Book of World Records. There actually was one more. You mentioned 4. Number 5, a gentleman, and I cannot remember his name. I should have looked it up. Was actually he got his plaque for the current world's longest mustache.
Really?
He just got his plaque. Just if you're watching the live stream or watching it, so just before Goatee goes on stage, I was in the wing. So they talked about Movember, and then he was acknowledged for his mustache. So he's the current world record holder for longest mustache, and he got his plaque at nationals. So
That's awesome.
it kind of was.
Definitely be looking that one up. I haven't seen that
No,
yet.
that's impressive. Yeah, I'm definitely curious.
And even his mustache was, full point, but I've never noticed anybody put down the curve, which his rolled over. So as opposed to sitting up like big old smiles, his rolled down. So I was actually pretty interested because I've never seen anybody do that. So
Huh.
I don't know that I have either, unless they done the double curl,
yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So again, all the little inside, it was a lot of fun. Honest Amish, put on, another great show. Aaron and that whole crew. And so now the next, I guess we're looking at Great American will be in Detroit. And then I guess the next biggest, because Nationals has not been announced for next year yet. I don't know anything about that yet. That's not announced. But so Great American is in Detroit, and then Worlds in 2025 in Pittsburgh.
Yes, Worlds.
Right on.
Who's hosting that there, Tyler?
That will be the Mad Viking Beard and Mustache Club. Will be hosting that. A lot of input from the PA, the original host chapter. But then again, Maryland, Delaware, just coming off of hosting Monsters Ball, are also fully involved. Right now, we're looking at venues. We're looking at judges. We're in the legwork already.
Right on.
Yeah, so an event like that, you would have to be. I know what our yearly event takes to run, and I couldn't imagine running a 1,000-person or 2,000-person world champion.
So I talked to Brian for truly a moment. For looking at worlds, Austin was 2,000 to 2,500 folks in Austin in 2017. So we are looking to bring that exact same thing, bring the energy back to pre-COVID bearding. Bring it back now. So we're looking to see some really good turnout, because, Pittsburgh's a major city. It's coastal. It's easy for folks to travel international. And we're really hoping that we bring, folks across the United States, bringing folks back into bearding. So.
Hell yeah.
It's on my schedule and permanent marker. Can't wait.
Mine too.
I'm sure we'll cross paths way before then, but I'll see you there.
Yes.
Yep. Very cool.
Awesome. Brian, man, thank you so much for coming on. I look forward to meeting you in person, brother, man. You're doing good stuff. Keep on killing it, dude. Seriously.
Yes.
Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to meet you.
I work really hard to live a life that if somebody said something negative about me, nobody would believe it. And I'll leave it with a slogan that it's accredited to Frederick Douglass. It is easier to build a strong child than it is to repair a broken man.
Amen.
So there is my philosophy.
Yes, sir.
Well,
thank you very much, guys.
Everything.
Care, brother.
Have
man.
a great night. Enjoy the rest of your Fun Day Monday and get some rest, man. I know you got to be pooped.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the show.
Love you, brother.
Take care.
Hell yeah.
Talk about a busy week this cat's had, man. All over the place. Such an amazing dude doing all kinds of amazing stuff. That's I don't know. It's inspiring. It's inspiring, quite frankly.
It really is, man. When you meet somebody with that kind of drive and dedication and knowing they're where they need to be, you don't find a lot of fulfilled people.
Yes.
And it radiates from Brian.
No, it's a true statement, right? Knowing what you wanted to do in fourth grade. Hell, man, I'm mid 40s and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I know what I like to do, but I know what I want to do. But yeah, knowing that's pretty damn impressive. No, such a solid individual. Doing good shit.
Doing good shit, in his community and with the kids, and doing good shit in the club, man. It just, it was an honor to have him on. Great guest for our 40th episode. I couldn't ask for a better guest.
Agree.
So I know we're coming up on 9, so I don't want to keep everybody. I do know we talked about Circus of Whiskers this Saturday in Detroit.
Yep.
Come see my smiling face among hopefully hundreds of others. Let's raise a bunch of money up there.
Absolutely.
And then, we brought this up the other day when we had Jeremy Crafton on, but the Bearded Prom, presented by Bearding Hero. Might be something you want to get on your calendar in May. It's going to be a good time. I went to the one they had in Pittsburgh. We had a blast. So definitely something May 18th. Try to schedule in. You got plenty of time to plan. It'd be a good time.
Yeah, no, for sure. That'd be it's a non-beard comp event, which, you know what I mean? I think we both can agree. Sometimes we can raise money without having a beard or mustache competition, but yet get together, enjoy the community, the camaraderie, the fellowship of those with like minds doing good stuff. So
yeah, I love it. Love it.
Cool, man. 40.
What else you got, Sash? You got anything?
I don't, man. I can't believe this is number 40. It's crazy, right? I don't know how we've done it, but I appreciate every one of you out there.
Absolutely.
Sticking with us. I appreciate you, brother, man. I love it, and I'm looking forward to a few more episodes with my silly ass.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it running as long as people's watching it, man.
Right on.
We gotta sing good shit to the world, bro.
Absolutely.
And with that, brother, I think it's a done day Monday.
It's a done day Monday. Y'all be good.
I love you.
I love you.
I love all y'all.
Y'all.
And we see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Be good. Do good shit.